Hi, my name is Terry Lee from Sweet Pea Papers and the Sweet Pea Papers Facebook group, and it's Friday, so that means it is another page in the page-by-page project with Kyung Shotwell. Now, this is a little nuts for me. This is page 40, so this is our last page in this project, and I just would like to say thank you to Kyung for doing this with me, and also I'm really going to miss this project. For now, on Fridays, we're going to have, we're going to have fill-in projects and, not projects, but fill-in videos until I start another Friday series. So, I really don't want to be done with this project. This is what we've got for the two signatures. This is signature 1. We went through and did lots of fun pages. There'll be a flip through, don't worry. There's another page in there. And all the prompts and the PDFs are available for you, pages 1 through 40. So that's signature 1. And this is the last page of this signature. And we've done some really fun pages in here too. I love this one. And we're going to be using the same kit as we're using for the center spread, which is Cherry Blossoms by Tailor Made Journals. I love that kit so much. And this was last week's, and which was, I believe, animals, and we did bees. And this week we're going to do yellow. And yeah, so we're going to put it on this page right here. Let me set this out of the way for right now. So the first thing you're going to do, as usual, you're going to cut your backing paper, which is where, which I haven't cut yet. It's going to be cream colored. Guess I better cut that. I'm going to have to put you on hold. I thought I did it. And then our page paper, you're going to cut and ink that. So I've inked that and cut it down to the right size. They're 5 1/4 by 8 1/4. There's that. And what we're going to do is, I know we've just done a notebook recently, but we're going to do a notebook again, and that's so that on page 40 I can write down all of the prompts and from pages 1 through 40 and have them in a notebook. I probably should have done this for page 1, or maybe as an insert inside of the cover, which we're going to do the cover next week. It's going to be kind of crazy. I've never done a book cover for two signatures that were so big. So I'm going to have to work out how big I'm going to need the cover to be, and or we are going to need our cover to be, and try to get that done in a video for you. So this is going to be our notebook, and there is yellow. It's on the back side, which is going to be the front side. So it's back here. There's our yellow right there. And here's our yellow here. And gold, which I believe is a color, I believe is a form of yellow. Then yellow here. This is going to be our, we're going to cut a belly band out of this to hold our notebook. And then the yellow on here is here. And I didn't print the back of that either. So let me put you on hold and print these other two papers. I told you I'm a little worked up over this. So I guess I got a little forgetful on the pieces that we need. Hold on just one second. Okay, So here's our backing paper, and that's cut to 8 3/8 by 5 3/8. So we'll set that aside. And I realized when I was cutting this paper, cutting this paper, that my plan, it'll work. Yeah, it'll work. I just have to wait a minute. Yeah, I just have to think about this for a second, because I had it written out, but now, yeah, that should be fine. Okay, so this is going to be a sideways page, and what's going to happen is we are going to make a notebook to fit this and hook it on with a belly band. Then we're going to actually make 2 doors with a small gusset to cover the notebook. Okay, and then they're going to overlap, and we're going to use some Velcro. I got magnets out in case we need to make them flaps that open up and down. We'll have to wait and see. Okay. Actually, it's not going to be a sideways page, because one's going to open up, one's going to open down. I'm sorry. I'm just like so about this. So let's set this stuff aside. This is the coffee dyed paper for the notebook pages. Okay, so we'll set these up here. Now we're going to need to score this, and I want to show you the coolest thing, and I want to thank everybody for their donations, their purchases through Amazon, and support from other methods, because I purchased this blade, and then it also came with this scoring tool, so that turns your paper trimmer into a scoreboard. So it's very cool. So let's see if I can do this correctly. We're going to score each end at 1/4 and then at 3/8. Actually, it looks like we might be able to score. Oh no, because we want them to overlap. So we're going to score at 1/4. And then I'm going to have to flip it over. And then we're going to score it at 3/8. Well, that's not going to work either. I have to do it this way. So that's going to be 2. This will be 3. That'll work. So we got to score it at an additional 3/8. That's going to be our little gusset. So we're going to score at 1/4. That's going to be our flap. And then again at 3/8, past that. That's going to be our gusset. Okay, so let's see if I can get this right. So we're then going to cut the paper in half. Now this isn't going to be 11 exactly. So let's see what we've got. My printer prints at very crazy borders, and I'm getting a new printer tomorrow. I'm very excited about it. I bought an Eco Tank. Okay, so this is 10.5. So that's going to be 5 1/4. So we'll cut this in half at 5 1/4. And then we're going to end up, hopefully, cutting one of the pages shorter. This is my plan. Yeah, so they overlap. And then we're going to use a Velcro dot. Put these magnets away. They're not going to work through the notebook, I don't think. Okay, So now you're going to fold on your score lines. So you're going to fold at the farthest one in. Use your bone folder. And then we're going to score at the next one. And that's going to give us a little gusset. And the reason we want that is to take into account the thickness. Oops. The thickness of the notebook. Boy, this is hard. And I just tore it. Well, we'll have to see. That didn't fold right. Maybe I should fold on the first outer one first. And that gives us our quarter overlap. And then we'll fold the next one. Yeah, that's what I should have done. And that gives us our gusset. Yeah, see, that's what I should have done on the other one. And then you see we have that little gusset. Let's see what we got over here. We have a mess is what we have over here. So let's fold it on this one first, and then we fold it on this one second. Okay, if we do it that way, it works. So now we have a small gusset on this side as well. Thank goodness. Okay, so what we're going to do, this side does not have a directional pattern. Well, actually it does. Actually, this side does. I should have cut it in half first and then flipped them over. Because our little building is going to be upside down. So I should have printed a pattern on both sides. Do you know what I mean? Like this on both sides. Because this is not going to work. Otherwise our tree is going to be upside down. Alright. Printing it again. Hold on just one second. Okay. So now we have these doors that are going to go like this. So one's going to flip up and the other's going to flip down and overlap. So we're going to need to cut them at 5 1/4 wide. Okay, this one's going to flip from here and they're going to overlap, and that's where we're going to put the Velcro dot, is right in the center. Okay, so let's cut these both at 5 1/4 high, or 8 1/4, 5 1/4. Yeah, 5 1/4. Put my blade back in. What happened here? It's just bizarre. Oh, it's the blade itself is stuck. Nice. I have no idea how to get it out of there. Okay. You don't want to know how many paper trimmers I have. All right. So let's do this at 5 1/4. And of course, that's right on the line. We'll look and see where we did it before. I'm not very good at this one. Okay. And then we'll do this one at 5 1/4. I guess that was a good guess. And we'll have these two little flaps left over, which we could actually do from here. And then we wouldn't need the notebook, would we? Can't believe that got jammed in there. Well, it's a Fiskars, so I can actually get another one. That's unfortunate. This one only has a 4-inch base. I have the big one, so I'll have to make room for it. Anyway, so we've got... The timer's going to go off at 30 minutes, but that just means I need to start the video, a new video. I have to cut my videos in half. So we're going to glue this one on here. And we're going to glue it at this outside one right here. Did I use the wrong one? I did. I cut it the wrong way. This one doesn't matter, so we can make this one go this way. We just need to fold it backwards, which is fine. It's already scored and everything, so we'll just fold it the other way. And that way the building will be right side up. Or sideways, but right side up. Okay, so let's glue it on the quarter. We probably won't need the gusset now. And you're going to push it up just to the quarter mark and glue it on. And then make sure it's centered up and down. So this one, it might be easier to lay it flat and then just overlap it. Yeah, that's a big gusset. apparently the easier way to do it, even than the first way. So I don't cut my mistakes out of my videos. Plus, I'm kind of freaked out for this particular page, because that way you know how to fix your mistakes when you make them, or if you make them. So we're just going to lay it flat and glue it at the first line. And then we'll double check. Make sure there's no glue seeping through. The second one that I did is off by just a smidge. Let's wait for the glue to dry and then let's see. Yeah, that's exactly what I wanted it to do, is to overlap, but not by quite that much. So let's take the wider side, which is this one, and it won't fit in there. Oh yes, it will, for what we want. Let's measure. Looks like we want to take maybe a 1/2 inch off. So we'll line this up with the 1/2 inch on the past. Thank you, Cassie. Half inch past, and it really doesn't matter which one, but we have this picture, so we want to keep all of that, and we want this one to be shorter underneath. This is a rotary cutter, which it means it has the round blade. It cuts really well. I just haven't practiced with it enough. Okay, so now you can see the overlap is just that much. So now we've actually got to ink this now that we've cut it. And I've been inking this just enough. I haven't been super inking this. We're not making it shabby. We're just covering up the white. And then we'll ink our gusset just a little bit. And then we'll have to flip it over and do the other side. Now you can cover this with writing, like cream colored paper on the inside, which I originally was going to do, but I really like the way this looks. Yeah. Well, it took us a while to get there, but we got there. Sorry about that. A couple of mistakes along the way. One cutting mistake and one paper mistake. So I hope that helps you when you go to do yours. So don't start watching until about 20 minutes in. I'm just a little flustered. Like I said, I apologize. Haven't thought of what I'm going to do now. Oh, I'm using gathered twigs, not vintage photo. Okay. So this is the longer one, and it's going to go on top. So let's open it up. And we're going to make a belly band for the center. And I want it to go this way, so the writing will be right side up. And it looks like we're exactly right. We just want to cut the width to 1 inch. That's the trouble I have with this one. I forget to push down. Okay. That's why we could have done her, but she's more than 1 inch wide. Our notebook could we use, how wide is this? 2 inches wide. Could use her. Let's see. Let's cut her off about here. And then we'll cut her off about here. Let's turn her over. About where her dress is. And make it 1 3/4 inches. Let's take a look at that. Oh, let's start a new video. Okay, you know, I kind of like this, even though it's wider. If we put her here, we could slide our notebook on here. Or we could just make a giant writing card instead of a notebook. And then we wouldn't have to worry about, oh, but we have the gussets. All right, let's glue her on in the center. Let's ink her. This paper is just beautiful. You should really pick it up. Once again, it's at Tailor Made Journals. I love her papers. Lorna is her name, Lorna Taylor. Let's glue her on. I'm just going to glue the top and the bottom. I moved the camera so it's straighter down, or straight down actually, and a little closer, and that's why this is here that says video edge. So I'm trying to stay above the line so that it's in frame. I apologize if any, I know this is out because it's so long. All right, this right side up. Let's glue her right side up. How pretty. How pretty is that? Oh, look, and the line matches right up. Well, we couldn't have asked for more than that. Now, let's take a look at our notebook. We're probably only going to use one page. Of the coffee dyed paper. Okay, so our notebook is already the height of the page, but we've glued this. So let's make it a little bit shorter. Now this one's got the tree, so that's going to be fine. It's going to be this way. All right. So we're going to make it a little bit shorter, and we're going to do that from the top. No. Yes. Okay, let's go 1/2 inch. Then we'll fold it in half. Now let's see if we can slide it through. Not quite. Need to make it just a little bit shorter. Let's go for 1/4 inch this time. Oops. This actually hurts my hand and my shoulder, so that's another reason I don't really use it. We'll have to wait and see. I'm still thinking we could make a card. Okay, and we're going to have to trim the, you know, we really don't have to, because we can just pull it back. Silly. Silly me. Okay, so now let's pretend, oh, let's ink this before we forget. Could have done this without the gusset. I thought I was going to use 2 pages. Actually, there's no reason I can't. We're just going to slide this back part under the or actually this will be the back part, under the belly band, and the rest of the notebook will be on the front. We're not going to try to slide the whole notebook, you know what I mean, under the belly band. Now if you had the oval Velcro dots or hook and loop. I can say Velcro because these are the Velcro brand that I'm using. Then you could, if you had the oval ones, you could take into account for the notebook getting bigger, but we won't need to because we're going to staple it in. Okay, so we need it this high. No. I just put an ink smear on it. We're going to continue. I'll make a new notebook off camera. So we'll definitely just use one sheet. So we need it to be this tall. So let's cut that. How many mistakes can you make in a video? How many licks does it take to get to the center of a Tootsie Roll Tootsie Pop? I'm going to trim just a hair. Now, if we fold this in half, it's going to be too long. Let's fold it in half and then we'll measure it. And see how long it really is. I think we'll be able to fold it in half and then just trim it both pages. It's just coffee dyed paper. So we're going to need to trim that much, plus just a smidge off. Make sure. Okay. Okay, that fits in there. Let's staple it in. I'm going to staple it straight. And put this underneath. We're just going to push straight down, and then we will close the notebook. Or flip it over and then close the prongs. And I did it a little bit crooked, which I always do. So you just pull it straight up and then you just close these. I find it easier to do it with my finger. Than with my thumbnail. Maybe a little thumbnail at the end. I'll come back. Let's see. So now we have our notebook. Let's double check our fit. In fact, this is big enough to write down our prompts, all 40 of them. You can put 20 on a page. You could even put all 40 here and then make notes here. Okay. So let's double check everything, and then we'll put the Velcro on the flaps. In fact, we could hang it like this. It should go through. We just put it down even with the bottom. And then we should have this. And then we've got that. This and then this. Yep, that works. How pretty. You might want to get a word out. Let's do this. Get these at Dollar Tree. They're awesome. I think I have 30 of them now. I use them to store, you know, I've got words and then tags and then tag bases and flowers and birds, etc., etc. And we could have made this fancier, but this is so simple. I don't want to make it look like some sort of a fancy cluster out of it or anything. But this way it won't be completely blank. And then we'll put the Velcro dot on. We're going to put the, never fear, I have another big package of the clear ones. You can get them on Amazon dirt cheap. So now we want to put the white fuzzy type spot to where it's up here. So let's do that. Then we'll close it. And that will stick it. Oops. Close it straight. That would be better. Then that will hold it. Okay? So now all we need to do is glue it on our backing paper. See, that is a bit thick of a gusset. Normally, I was going to put more pages in. That's why I had the gusset. We could have done without it with this size notebook. Always make sure to move your ink out of the way if it doesn't have a cover on it. Oh, we also could have used repositional tape. I should have used that. Then we wouldn't have the dot on there. Okay. Looks good. You also could have put a tab on the side, I guess, so you could have a charm on the last page. If I had thought about it or had this paper, I could have used it on the front and the back and the center. And that would have been very pretty, and it would have been kind of a theme, but I didn't do that in the first signature. So we just started then. The difference between our pages, between now, or yeah, then and now, is amazing. Kyung and I were going to swap, but now that we have sort of chronicled our journey, our story, we've decided to keep our signatures. It's hard to grab onto that to slide it. I'm sorry. I'm just trying to get it to fit. Okay, now we'll put it down in the book. Let's take all this out. You wouldn't believe how heavy this is. Or maybe you would. You can hear us moving around. He didn't make an appearance in the last video, or second to last video, last page video. I'm going to see what I'm going to do for the cover. We may not have a cover video. I may not do a cover. You know what I mean? I may just sew them together without a cover, because it's just for reference, and I'm not sure that I know how to do a cover this big. I'll have to practice. And I could make them two separate books. That might be the better way to do it. Everything is so curved. And I just put it in upside down. I realized it because of the words. Excuse me. All right. That's it. And it's page 40. Let's put our notebook back in. Looks a little odd now, but once it gets put where it's supposed to, it'll all flatten out. So there's our beautiful lady. Okay. So there we go. Looks a little awkward now, but but once we put it in, it will work. Okay, so there's page 40, and this is the end. So I want to thank you guys for hanging out with me for 40 weeks, and I really appreciate it. I've had the most wonderful time doing this, and I hope you've had a good time watching it. And so I will see you in the next video series. And I may just tie this with a ribbon. I mean, not a ribbon, but a sash piece of sari silk, and leave it. So I don't know. We'll have to see. It'll be a Friday video if I make a cover. I have a feeling would make 2 covers and put each one in a cover. Okay? All right. This is the end of our series. This is the end of our video, and I will see you in the next series, which will be just a second for you and a day for me. Okay, thank you very much. Bye-bye.